Sort of a little secret that we discovered about 2 years ago. The majority of them don't have refrigeration or a way to cook.
Give us the latest statistics. How many families are in motel rooms?
Centrally located, the most motels are here along Sepulveda Boulevard. It's the corridor. We're talking approximately 200 families just in this motel pathway. The numbers are astronomical. Our local school, Langdon Elementary School, has a 21% homeless population, the entire student body.
A little bit of an experiment tonight. We're looking at what does it look like with a truck. It's really great that we can all work together, which is wonderful. Our mayor has declared homelessness a state of emergency. It is a big deal. The numbers that continue to fall because of a lack of affordable housing. Our chef prepared an incredible meal tonight for everybody. And we're all going to work together. We're going to serve people in need and just let them know that they're not alone.
So we're at the Midtown Inn. We've just been going to each one of the rooms, letting people know that there's food being served here at the food truck. Everybody's very receptive, and you've got, as you would expect, one of the rooms that we opened up, there were like 8 people living with 3 beds in a very small, cramped space. Boy, a lot of kids from like 1-year-old to early teens, and seem to be very happy and receptive to see us and to participate in getting a meal here. So, yeah.
We're just trying to bring you guys more support, more food, more of everything, you guys. But just know this is the community saying you guys are not alone, right? Right? Little baby?
It has been incredible to see the joy on families' faces as we knock on the doors and let them know that there's a free meal being provided for them. They've come down and everybody's getting the tamales, the rice, the beans,
Thank you.
the salad. You're welcome. They're also getting some homemade cobbler and ice cream, and there's a lot of joy on a lot of kids' faces as they get to enjoy this incredible meal.
I think it's going great. Great, other than the fact that a lot of kids, they're hungry, and here they are in a motel. So, but as far as the event itself, we turned out a lot of food so far, and everybody was really thankful, and so with that said, I would say it's going really well.
Here we are at the Motel 6. This is the second stop among the 3. And again, there are families that are living in these motel rooms. This is their life. The kids go to school, they come home, everybody's crammed together in one room, and they don't necessarily have the resources for their hot meals. And so this is an added blessing to them as they're able to come and get a hot meal that's prepared with lots of love.
I think they're both barefoot. He asked me what size they were, which I thought was funny. And he was eating his ice cream first.
Yeah, all the kids were eating their ice cream
I'm not
first.
sure that this was his first meal today, but I think it might have been. The little one, he said, "Mom, let's just sit here. It's really nice here on the curb in the parking lot." So of the Motel 6. So backyard, green grass, it's not something that these kids have.
The most visible element of the homeless population are those that you see sitting on the side of a freeway saying, need money. But the ones that you don't see, that's really the iceberg beneath the water. You have 43% that are moms and kids. And then you have veterans, and then you have those that have really fallen on economic hard times. It's easy to judge. I think that's the easiest thing to do. The hardest thing to do is to love people unconditionally and without prejudice, and to say, these people need our help.
So we're over here at our third motel stop. It's called the Highland Inn, and we're right on Sepulveda Boulevard. We're on a side street.
Hey, I'm Laura. I'm Alicia. We're Sisters on the Streets. So we normally serve 3 to 4 motels every Wednesday night with all the families and children. We bring them like a really good warm cooked meal, which they're probably not used to. So most families on fixed income, and they usually have EBT for their food, but you can't purchase feminine hygiene using EBT. And the price of a good meal is actually the same price as like feminine hygiene. No one should have to choose between pads and tampons and a meal.
You see these kids, they're so happy, they're smiling, they're riding their big wheels, and it just really speaks of the resiliency of humanity, even though most would look at their circumstance and say, that's deplorable. Nevertheless, they have joy. That's what we have to focus on is, not what we don't have, but what we do have. Well, after we finished serving at 3 of the motels, we had a little bit of food left, and we decided to come to one of the encampments that was a couple blocks away off of Oxnard Boulevard and the 405 freeway, where there's probably another 40, 50 people that live in this encampment behind us. And many of them, they have sought help, they're trying to access resources, but there just is not affordable housing available right now on the market. The living conditions here are, I'd use the word deplorable. The problem is when you have a number of people that choose to live together in an encampment for safety reasons, where there's no sanitation. And so unfortunately, sanitation tends to be on the back side of the tents, and you can smell it. We've got a lot of work to do, that we cannot become complacent, that we have to continue to create systems and solutions that are sustainable to end homelessness in Los Angeles. If you don't have a mental illness when you become homeless, eventually you'll develop a mental illness being homeless, because it just strains you that much. I've talked to so many women, they can't hardly sleep at night because they're fearful of being molested or accosted or some kind of physical violation. And so they're just living in fear, either that or they've given up and they're just a shell of a human being. And so we're peddlers of hope. We're able to give hope tonight, dignity, and love. So I think it was a success. And this just lays the foundation and the groundwork to go back and then really help people make that quality decision to accept the help that's available when it's available, to get them off the street permanently. So it was a good night. We got to keep doing it.